Chapter 1. Oh, come on, Sofia. Safe is boring. The boy looked up at the bicycle handlebars attached to the creaking pulley hanging above his head, and then down the steep length of cable, stretching down into the wooded valley below. No, Harry, Sofia replied with a sigh. Safe is for people who want to reach adulthood one day. She pushed a battered old cricket helmet down onto Harry's head and straightened the crumpled school tie that still hung loosely around his neck. Any last words? I think you're being very pessimistic about this, the boy sat at the paper-strewn desk nearby said. The slide is perfectly safe according to my calculations. I built it to provide maximum velocity while still allowing for acceptable deceleration parameters. What Jack means is there's a chance you won't hit the tree at the other end of the cable, the boy sitting on the beanbag in the corner of the room said, without looking up from his handheld gaming console. I still think I should go first, said the girl standing on the other side of Harry. Sorry, Vivi, Harry said with a wry grin. You called tails and it was heads. You know the rules. Yeah, well, at least Sofia got her way in the end, Vivi replied, looking down the cable. What do you mean? Sofia asked, looking slightly confused. Well, you said you wanted to send a dummy down the wire first to check if it was safe, so... Hey, Harry said after a moment's thought. Are we going to do this or what? The other boy said, putting his games console down with a sigh and slowly getting to his feet. We've not got long before it gets dark. Alex is right. We need to get a move on, Jack said as he pushed his battered glasses further up onto his nose and picked up a pair of smartphones from his desk. Why do you need 2 phones again? Harry asked. To properly record the event, Jack replied, walking over and clipping one of the phones onto the front of Harry's shirt. Think of it as the black box on an aeroplane. Ready? That fills me with confidence. Hang on, Sofia said, pulling her own phone out of her pocket. She quickly pulled up the keypad and, not for the first time, tapped in 3 9s, her thumb hovering over the dial button. Okay, ready, she said with a resigned sigh. This is one small step for me, Harry said, as he reached up and took a firm hold of the dangling handlebars before stepping up to the edge of the platform. And one giant leap for the 1s and 0s. Geronimo! He stepped off the edge and the wire creaked under his weight, and he accelerated away down the wire, the pulley above his head whirring noisily. That's a somewhat higher velocity than I had anticipated, Jack said, as he filmed Harry zipping down towards the woods below. The rest of the assembled 1s and 0s all watched as Harry vanished between the trees with an alarmed cry, going much faster than anyone had anticipated. I may have over-lubricated. Harry disappeared as there was a sudden bright white flash from the trees. What on earth was that? Sofia asked. Well, don't ask me, Jack replied. We'd better get down there and check Harry's okay, Vivi said. Right now. Harry rocketed towards the treetops, hanging onto the handlebars for dear life. He was going quite a lot faster than he'd anticipated, and the leafy canopy below was approaching very quickly. He shot down through the branches and saw the large oak in the clearing ahead. That was the anchor point for the other end of the cable slide. He let out an alarmed yell as he realized that there was no way he was going to stop in time. Suddenly, there was a bright white flash ahead of him, and Harry instinctively screwed his eyes shut. He expected to collide with the oak tree at any moment, but instead, he felt the cable go slack, and he dropped onto the thick grass clearing with a thud. He slowly opened his eyes, and above him, he could see thousands of blackened oak leaves slowly falling towards him like snow. A moment later, a large hairy face appeared looking down at him. Hello there, Harry gasped, trying to catch his breath, as he slowly took the cricket helmet off his head. The dog staring down at him gave an excited bark and then gave Harry's face one long lick with a weird electrical tingle that covered him from chin to forehead in excited slobber. Harry slowly sat up, placing the helmet beside him and looking at the strange scene surrounding him. The sturdy oak that the cable slide had been attached to was gone, replaced by a twisted blackened trunk with bare spidery branches. The leaves that had been covering it a moment before continued to slowly drift to the ground, where they lay in dark ashy piles. The dog that was standing looking at him with his tail wagging still had tiny sparks of static electricity dancing.